this was brought up that there might be, and you've mentioned like the fall schedule, right? The conflicts that may come. And so, what things that people schedule at certain times that they don't know conflict with certain sporting events have you kind of making this kind of Cignetti look?
Okay. Now I need you to be a little more clear with me. Are you saying, are there people that schedule things during the fall
Right,
that, like on a Saturday, that you want to address, that make
right.
me look at these people like Cignetti does?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I
Because they don't seem to know any better.
I know. And I saw somebody recently take up for them by saying, with phones and TVs as good as they are now, that you really can be able to multitask and do all that. But still, you like to focus, especially if you go to the games like we do. So I would say anybody who has a wedding on a Saturday in the fall, that's just a huge no-no. I mean, first of all, I think all weddings should just need to go ahead and be summer weddings. And I went to one right after Christmas, and it was beautiful. I loved it. My buddy Stacy Williams, who's probably watching, his daughter just got married, and whatever. I mean, it was a great venue. We had a nice time. A little chilly out there. That's the one, Kevin. I did doing a little dancing out there, and I split my pants. Had kind of an old suit on there. It'd been a great suit that I got at Colwell and Sons in Dallas. And Meredith looked from behind as we were walking off the dance floor, and she could see my underwear. The whole rear had come out of my pants. That was at a wedding in December. But I would say most weddings really need to happen in that May to August range. I think
that could be problematic in Texas. It could get pretty hot.
Buddy, these things are held inside for the most part. I mean, if anybody, everybody should be smart enough not to do an outdoor wedding, but I would say receptions and weddings in the summer are done inside. So there's no issue there. I mean, just walk to the car, go to the deal. Or if the old school, like we did, we got married at our church, and we went right down there to the fellowship hall, to the community hall, whatever you called it, and had the big, or no, it was in, gosh, I think we had 2 levels. Now I think about it, but the James Gallery, the beautiful James Gallery at Wilshire Baptist Church, was utilized. And now the only thing about that, Kevin, you can't do, even at a place like Wilshire, that's kind of a little more, let me just say, a little more open-minded on some things. Still can't be serving alcohol at the church. All right. Still Baptist enough where that doesn't happen. But see, both sides, my parents and my in-laws, teetotalers. These are non-drinkers. So that was not a big deal. They didn't want to have that available.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Well, do you believe
the problem?
Do you believe Cignetti when he recently said that he doesn't realize that the camera is on him when he does these looks? Somehow he will look directly in the camera. The only time he actually did something on purpose was when he saw Pat McAfee at the Rose Bowl and gave him the little like gun and wink.
I do believe that. I do believe that. I think Sig, now he knows what to say and how to push buttons, and he's the closest thing we have right now. And I guess Kiffin to a certain extent, but Cignetti does it in a funnier way than Lane. Lane does it on social media for the most part. I think Cignetti's the closest thing we have to Steve Spurrier. I thought the greatness of Spurrier was just those little gigs, those little, like he loved to get after Tennessee. And he was like, you can't spell citrus without the U and the T. He loved that one. And then he always used to say Kevin Sumlin, who was making a bunch of money at A&M. They say, Coach, what do you think of Kevin Sumlin? He'd say, he's a good negotiator. He's a real good negotiator. I love that. I thought that was so funny. But he was the best. But Cignetti is not far behind. But yeah, I believe that. I don't think Sig's looking for cameras. I do remember what you're talking about with McAfee. By the way, this is like Stephen A. They're in the midst, Kevin. And again, I think you probably have more of appreciation for him because he punted for the Colts and he's got the ties to Indiana and all of that. I that's fine. I understand why he's popular, and I'm. It's not like I begrudge the guy. He's done extremely well, but they're going completely overboard now. I mean, it's just ESPN will do this occasionally. They'll fall in love with a personality, and then they just have to just beat us over the head with it. So it's not enough to have him on game day. College game day. Now we're going to have him on Monday Night Football. I don't know how the guy has any kind of family life or anything. I know he's got a young family, little kids, or at least one little child. Mm-hmm. He's basically committed every day of his life, and he's making enormous money and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I would, if I were advising him, and he does not come to me for advice, but I would advise him that it's okay to turn some things down every once in a while. Now, I've turned down stupid things. Like I've turned down things where I could have made great money. I like 2 or 3 come to mind immediately where I didn't want to do it. And he's still in that mode of like, just bring it to me. WWE, college game day, Monday Night Football. I mean, they're going to have an alternate. Like think about this. They overthink everything. You know why? Because the Eli and Peyton thing has worked beautifully. Like I am as much at the NFL as anybody. And, you would think, well, Mosley probably watches the game feed, right, with Joe and Troy. And I like them. But I'm watching Peyton and Eli.
Really?
Because they're just funny.
See, I try, but they're too distracting to me. I want to actually watch the game, and this sideshow doesn't make sense. When McAfee does his alternate broadcast, they're locked into the game. It's just a different voice.
Yeah, it's not a voice I want to hear. And I guess the thing is, Peyton and Eli, when they are locked in, are great. They're funny. And if it's a guest I don't care about, I'll go back to the regular game. But for the most part, and my favorite is when it's just the two of them, because I think they're both in their own way funny. And I think I never knew Peyton, but I did know Eli a little bit, and I just love that, knowing what Eli was like with the Giants, and now seeing what he's like on TV is very funny to me, because those are two different people.
Yeah,
I'm sure he was always deep down kind of funny, but he did not show that back in the day.
Yeah. All right.
What else do you have, sir?
Before we get the season started, I have 3 more CFP predictions. So let's go through these semi-quickly here. This is all from one On3 show. This is Blaine Crane's CFP prediction. LSU as an 8-seed champion, and somehow Ohio State as a 7-seed runner-up.
Ohio State and LSU play. It seems like it's very popular to put Boise State in there. It's got Tech. Getting by Boise State in that opener. Got the Horns getting beat by LSU. I do like these brackets that are trying to match up Tech and Texas, because that would be fun, with all the talk that was going on between them.
Yep.
Can you help my eyes? Who's Ohio State playing in that first round? Ole Miss?
Ole Miss, yep.
Okay. I don't hate this. There's literally nothing. The only thing that's shocking is LSU winning it all, and then getting to the national title game. I don't totally see it, because I think it's going to take Lane more than just this 1 year to kind of get everything going, get his offensive coordinator in there, and that guy was
all
calling
of his players from the
for
NFL.
Charlie Weiss Jr., get the players from the NFL, win some more lawsuits. I think year one, I don't think he's going to make the playoff.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, I did see where they said the best mascot, the best live mascot. You know who won that?
Who's
the
that?
Masked Rider at Texas Tech.
Really?
That black horse. Yeah, I thought the bear, although I don't know if they're saying the mascot has to come to the game, because they have those live mascots that run the Sooner Schooner out there.
Right.
On the field. The bear no longer comes to the game. I think the bear is a better live mascot.
I thought for sure it would be the Seminole. Are they talking about it must be an animal?
I think it's more a live animal.
Okay.
I think running Ralphie around there, that buffalo, is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think that's a good one. I think the pony at SMU, when they run the pony out there, it's not bad.
Yep.
I think Mike the Tiger, I think that's pretty awesome to have Mike the Tiger right over there by the stadium. That's a beautiful habitat too. I mean, people don't love zoos sometimes for, they think the animals don't have big enough enclosures and all that. And I'm somewhat supportive of that, but it's not, we can't have every animal in some enormous habitat. I mean, I don't know. Should we do away with all zoos? I feel like zoos do some good things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like zoos, like, sometimes keep things from extinction.
Well, and they educate about
people.
Conservation and help, kind of with the breeding process to repopulate, different things like that.
That's what I mean.
Mm-hmm. All right, here's the other one from Crane and Cone, and then there's one more.
Who is this person? I don't know who this is.
This is David Cone. On 3 has a podcast, Crane and Cone, 2 Crane brothers and David Cone.
Don't know.
So I got the other Crane brother after this one, but here is David Cone's version. He has Notre Dame versus the Longhorns, with Notre Dame winning the championship. More chalky, for sure. Indiana is an 11 seed, beating Georgia. That's
we're almost exclusively. We are almost exclusively seeing Boise State as the group of 16.
Yep.
I really think it could be like UNLV or somebody like that.
Mm-hmm.
And who's to say? I mean, you never know. They may reload at James Madison or somewhere like that. You never know.
Yeah.
By the way, last night, Kev, FCS, all those games, Art Briles got beat 35-34 in his first game back.
Ooh. They
played up at New Mexico Highlands. He got beat 35-34, and there was one huge upset. Ohio. Somebody out of Ohio, like an NAIA team, beat like a real team, beat like a, a scholarship type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like only the second time it had happened or something like that. That was good. Okay, what's the other one you wanted to show me?
Yeah.
Who is this?
This is Jake Crane. So the other Crane brother from Crane and Cone.
Okay.
And he has another Miami. Saw Josh Pate's redo have Miami. So Miami over Georgia. Texas is the 11 seed, moving all the way to the quarterfinal.
Who'd you say? Ole Miss opens with LSU up there?
Ole Miss LSU. Yep. So that would be a second meeting that year of those.
A&M has to go to Oklahoma. Norman.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing too shocking about this. Always like the random.
Not represented.
No, but even that's not totally shocking because Kev, you're seeing them show up at like 11 on one of these. You saw an 11. You've seen as high as maybe 5 or 6.
I just think it's funny because there's been all the talk about their weak schedule, and then somehow they also don't make the playoff.
Yeah. Well, it's just simply because people think it's going to end at some point. They just think that it's too crazy what has happened with Indiana.
They do have to go to the Big House. They play Ohio State at home. They go to play USC at home and have to go to Washington. So those are their 4 toughest games, and those all happen late in the season.
All right. Kev, anything else, by the way?
I do have.
Yeah.
One more, and that is Josh Pate's 10 games that he would say are the biggest games of this college football season. The games that if he was going to take somebody, these are the games he would highlight for them.
The biggest college football games of the year. Hold on. Let's put the real glasses on for this. Wow.
And these are in ranked order.
Oh, of best games.
Yep. So Miami, Notre Dame, late in the season would be his number 1 game to go to.
Uh-huh. All right, we're missing Ohio State and Michigan, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
We're also missing Auburn, Alabama. I was just looking at some of the big rivalry games that we're missing. Who is mentioned the most? What team is featured the most? I'm going to guess Ohio State because I see them 3 times.
Yep, that would make sense.
Yep. LSU twice. Miami only once.
Because of their weak schedule, yeah.
No A&M Texas on this. We do have Texas and Oklahoma, Texas OU. We got the Red River rivalry. Okay. Now, which of these games are on the same weekend? Let's see if there's any overlap. I do see October
4,
10.
6, 7. Yep, October 10th on there. October 10th is on there 3 times.
Whoa!
October
what
17th
a day.
on there a couple times. Yeah, October 10th has some loaded stuff.
Let me tell you who has trouble with who. Okay. LSU owes A&M one. They totally outclassed them late, especially in that fourth quarter, second half. A&M, it was a close game. Then A&M dropped the hammer on them. I would say, first of all, USC at Penn State does not do that much for me. We again have no clue what Matt Campbell's going to have. I'll tell you a team that does not like this. The kryptonite.
I think it was just announced that is going to be a whiteout at night game, and the thought process I think is that at that point those two teams could be fighting for a playoff position.
Still pretty early though, October 10th. Kev, I would say Georgia does not do well against Alabama. That is Kirby Smart's kryptonite. Now, for the first time ever last year, Indiana's only in one of these games. Something happened with Indiana. The big moment in that season where we first said, huh? What? Was when they went to Oregon. And that's Autzen. You ever been there, Kev?
Yep. We
Have you
lived
been
out
to
in
that
Eugene
stadium?
for a couple years. Yep.
All right, Autzen. What do you call it? Autzen or something? Autzen.
Yep. Autzen.
That is when Indiana first served notice. We may be here to bully you.
Mm-hmm.
We may be up to something. Let me tell you the biggest frauds on this list of teams. Bama, Penn State, LSU. I think major fraud alerts on those teams.
Tennessee?
Kind of on the edge.
Okay.
Because it's hard to call them a fraud when most people think they're like 24th or 25th. You know,
Yeah.
Nobody's really putting them that high. To me, they could be better than that. Now, we had another quarterback named. Did you see this?
Yeah.
And you and I had talked about it just in the past 24 hours.
Is it official? It was said that it is official now?
Yeah, I think Rich Rod made it official.
Okay.
Michael Hawkins going to be the West Virginia quarterback.
Yeah.
And I think, as we pointed out, the biggest surprise might have been that Vandy one. They went with Berlowitz over that young guy, Jared something. Ooh, he's going to be good. The team, for some reason, America is not ready to accept. They've accepted Indiana as a football power. They really have. America has no patience nor respect for Vandy. And I don't understand it. That guy's a great coach. Same thing with Georgia Tech, by the way. That's a heck of a coach. Those are two awesome coaches. I mean, once you turn the corner, you got to get some respect to these people. Eli Drinkowitz, same way.
It does seem like
give these people their flowers.
It does seem like people are talking out of two sides of the mouth to not give Vandy the respect that they deserve, but also say Diego Pavia was not all that he was cracked up to be. Because if you don't give Vandy the respect after he's gone, then that should mean that you give him the respect. But they're not doing that either.
He won 10 games at freaking Vandy. What do y'all want? It's unbelievable.
It seems like it should be those two don't go together. You have to do
honestly
something.
As big an idiot as he is, he deserves to have something named after him there. I mean, he's arguably, I mean, I know Cutler came out of there, and I'm sure we can think of some other pretty good quarterbacks. But you could make an argument that he's the greatest quarterback ever at Vandy.
Yeah.
Diego freaking Pavia. Now, is he an idiot? You bet. He is. Jay Cutler. So is Manziel. And Cutler was less of an idiot because Cutler did end up having a 10-year NFL career. And while he was an idiot, he did it with diabetes. I always respect the people that have to overcome things like that. Kevin, another story. We can do it now or we can do it later, but the running Utes. Have you seen this Utah Ute story?
No.
Several players have come forward saying that Kyle Whittingham and that staff was asking them to play through injuries after they'd been redshirted, after they were out for the season. They would revoke their red shirt, told a kid to come play. Somebody with a partially torn Achilles, get your rear out there and play. That has come to light. Both Morgan Scalley, the current head coach, and Kyle Whittingham, now the Michigan coach, have denied, said they played it all by the rules. But this is something coming out of Utah today.